know we've got people lined up out the door. Michelle in New York.
Well, now it's New Jersey, but who's
even better?
Same thing.
Bergen County, baby.
Once I start speaking, you'll hear the accent. I was born and raised. So I wanted it, mine is a question, but it's a statement before the question. And by the way, thank you so much for this. I mean, I'm so pumped up right now that I want to go like start a company and hire people just for the hell of it. So,
Darn too.
well, I did start a company, but I'm the only one, but that's another story. But all right. So I identify with you right out of the gate because you are like super passionate. So you could recite the alphabet to me right now, and I'm just going to stare at you without blinking because it's that compelling. So the passion and the self-awareness, that's my takeaway from you just right out of the gate, the passion and the self-awareness of what you're doing, who you serve, how you are bringing everything together. The reason I'm bringing this up is because people that own the company, or maybe the C-suite, or maybe select few in human resources or whomever, they're able to exude that passion, that confidence, that self-awareness about what their North Star is, who they're trying to attract. They're able to convey that information and really get people pumped up and passionate about where they're interviewing, where they're working. But there are oftentimes lots of people that are in HR, they're recruiters, they were contracted to come in and do a project to bring on X amount of people within 3 months, whatever. There are people that are in those roles and they don't exude the same passion and self-awareness. And yes, they're being paid to do a job, but they're missing so many amazing candidates because they're not good messengers. They're not putting their best foot forward. And then people walk away not knowing how amazing these companies are.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of feedback from people I work with, people I coach that, you know, this is what I was told. This is how it was conveyed to me. This is how I felt walking away. And I'm like shaking my head because I went through it in 2019. But the bottom line is that kind of stuff beats people down and makes them think that they're not good enough. They're not worthy enough. They don't have enough skills, you know, and after a while, so there's a disconnect there. So the question part of this is, in your opinion, what's the most effective way to help internal stakeholders, whether it's HR, marketing, whomever, be able to create that story that instead of it being a mile wide and an inch deep, it's an inch wide and a mile deep?
Yeah, that is a great encapsulation of a lot of the challenges that you're going to face, right? If you own it, it's yours, you tattoo it on your arm, you're good to go. You have that passion for the brand already, but does HR feel that way? Are they in it for 2 years and they're going to hop to the next place? Maybe. And so there's only so much they're willing to do. That tattoo has to be a 2-year tattoo, if at all. And to me, one of the biggest challenges with recruiting is that for too long, they've been sitting literally right next to HR, and HR says, don't ever be interesting. Don't ever be excited, because that's terrifying. That's new. That's unusual. And recruiters should be sitting by the salespeople. How do I connect? How do I build rapport? How do I engage? How do I build an interaction here to get you to understand the thing you need to know about this company and the offer I'm making, not because I'm trying to close the deal Alex Baldwin style, but really to say, so you know what we're talking about. That is a very hard thing to do. Recruiters, there are very, very few industries in which you have that kind of spectrum of people in terms of skill level and expectations as recruiters. Some people code their own job boards. Some people can't spell Google, right? That they don't even know. They don't even know what technology is. It's just so old school. The spectrum is wide. So getting recruiters to say, how do I engage with this? How do I understand your motivations? You have to give them the tools that a salesperson has. Understand that it's a one-on-one conversation. It's not about mass audience. I don't need you to get 100 people to apply. I need you to get 1 or 2 great people to bring to the hiring manager. What do you measure in this process? Is it pipeline size? Wrong. It's got to be about quality of candidate. It's got to be who did we hire? Where did they come from? Who brought them to us? You know, how do we know that they were great? If you focus on quality, and we didn't even talk about the difference in quality and quantity in here, which I could do for 30 minutes. If you focus on quality, everything suddenly shifts. It's not about how do I get that haystack better. It's about that needle. It's about how do I find the one person who is the perfect fit and just ignore the rest. So I can spend all that time. If I were to give 5 minutes to 100 different people, or all that time to 2 people, you want to give it to 2 people. You want them to feel loved. You want them to feel like, oh, I get it. I'm making an informed choice. I understand what's going on. It is a radical shift to focus on relationships, not transactions. Is there an easy way to do it? No. Sorry, there is no silver bullet. There is no quick fix. It is a mindset shift first. And then you say, if this is our new mindset, Leave it to them to say, how do you activate and actualize this to the people they're talking to? Let them be great at their jobs. Do not tell them, tell this story, use this talking point. Say, look, if we're all about this, how can we talk about these things to these candidates? How do we talk about it to developers? How do we talk it to nurses? How do we talk about it to salespeople? Those are different stories, but connected to a bigger idea. There is a process where you say, if this is who we are, how do we actualize it?